Building off of the etudes in Book 1, Book 2 expands the 5-finger pattern to scales and broken chords. Beginning with number 6, we see 5-note scales, expanding to 1.5 to 2 octave scales in one direction. We're also getting a little bit more familiar with moving up and down the keyboard by starting from very high, moving towards our center. In numbers 8 and 9, what we see is an increase in speed requirement and a combination of scales and rotation. Also, in the left hand, what we have now is an up and down scale. So we have to get used to the turn. In number 11, which is the final etude of this set, we see that the scale does not start on the beat. So we have to discuss how to deal with this misplacement. So together, the two hands sound like one unified gesture. Let's take a moment to talk about scales in general. The main difference between partial to 1 octave or 2 octave and so on scales is what do we do with the thumb. On the way up, we have to tuck the thumb under and shift positions. On the way down, we're essentially crossing over the thumb. So let's begin with ascending. When it is very slow, we have the time to just go up. So there's no turning in the wrist, we're simply shifting. As we get faster and faster, what we need to do is start moving the thumb along with the pitch. So when it is time to play the F, the thumb is already there. There is no time to play the 1, 2, 3, and then think about shifting the thumb. That way you will have a dip. As we increase speed, I would also recommend that we actually tilt our wrist a little bit. So a mirror image here with the left hand. You see, this is our standard position. When we want to go faster, what we do is go higher. So the thumb is now more vertical. As we cross over it, what we're doing is turning the thumb. So we start in this position with the thumb, and then we roll. But this is only possible if it is starting higher. If you're very low, then what you're doing is you have to go up first and then turn. So that is slowing you down as you change positions. So sometimes we would recommend that you do contrary motion first so you can match the motion between the two hands. So starting by tilting a little bit, and now your thumb can roll freely as we cross over. When we go the other direction, what we want to do is again go a little higher. Follow your thumb. Now I'm ready. An additional practice you can do is blocking. Using 1 as the divider for positions, you can go up and down the scale. So you understand that as I move from one position to the next, there is no dipping of wrist and there is no turning or twisting of the arm. Let's talk about broken chords and rotation next. Number 7 reminds me a lot of number 4 when we had subdivisions of 16th notes in the right hand with a sustained top. And here what we have is the same setup for the left hand. So if you're learning number 4, it is a good idea to practice number 7 at the same time, even if we're skipping a couple etudes in between. That way we can again address the same technique in both the right hand and the left hand. More convincingly, the latter half of number 7 switches. So now the right hand is back to the same setup. Now, even though number 10 is also broken chords and we will begin by blocking, it is a lot more complicated than any of the broken chord exercises we have done so far because there is a consistent passing back and forth between the two hands. So what we have to do is start with the exact point of passing to make sure we're not adding accents or not going up and down with the wrist. So as you can see, there is a continued stress on the importance of hand positioning, stability of wrist and forearm, as well as body support, as we're becoming more and more advanced in the etudes. I hope you enjoy this set and you can learn a lot from them.